So you're going to need 2 cups of peanuts, some salt. You'll also need coconut oil, which is optional, some parchment paper, and a food processor. And you'll also need a jar to store your peanut butter in that has a lid, as well as a silicone spatula. I bought this value size container of peanuts at Ollie's for $6, so you'll be making your peanut butter from scratch without preservatives for $1 a jar. And then if you choose to add any coconut oil for texture, you're going to roast your peanuts on top of parchment paper in your preheated oven to 350 degrees for 5 to 8 minutes, and then you're going to rotate your pan and roast them for an additional 5 to 8 minutes. You're going to puree in the food processor for 60 seconds. And now you're going to scrape down your sides using the silicone spatula. And it's going to start taking on the appearance of wet sand at this point. You're going to continue this process several more times, scraping down the sides and underneath the blade between each segment of mixing. And you'll see the oils begin to be released from the peanuts, and it's going to start looking more like a graham cracker crust that you've mixed with butter. You just want to continue this process at least 6 times until it gets more smooth. At this point, you're pretty much done. You can add salt and give it one more mix, and then pour it into your container and place it in the refrigerator. Or at this point, you can add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. If you want it to be a little bit smoother, you can also add unsweetened cocoa powder if you want chocolate peanut butter. Really, the sky's the limit. If you want to sweeten it a little bit, you can add some organic honey or maple syrup. But just a note, if you add a sweetener, you must add the coconut oil or it will seize up on you. So just be mindful of that. Once you're done, you're going to pour it into a mason jar. It is very warm, and so it's very liquidy. Just place it in the refrigerator for about 6 hours, and then you're going to find that it will harden up and solidify quite nice. So I'm going to read to you the ingredients in the Jiffy peanut butter. You have roasted peanuts, sugar, and then it contains 2% or less of molasses, that is a second sugar, fully hydrogenated vegetable oils, rapeseed and soybean, mono and diglycerides, which are preservatives, and salt. All right, and then the Teddy Smooth peanut butter, as you can tell, only has dry roasted peanuts and salt. And our homemade peanut butter only has dry roasted peanuts and salt. Now, the dry roasted peanut butter is a little thin once it comes out of the refrigerator, but this is kind of the norm with a natural peanut butter. It's still completely spreadable. You saw in my previous picture, it's pretty solidified when it first comes out, but guys, you only have to let it sit for about 15 minutes and you're going to start seeing it soften up to where it's spreadable like butter. One of the best perks of making your own peanut butter outside of controlling the preservatives is that the cost is substantially lower. So if you want a thicker peanut butter, you can always omit the coconut oil or lessen the amount you add or up the amount of peanuts. These 2 jars of peanut butter here were both $5 depending on where you buy them from, and you can make a 16-ounce jar of homemade peanut butter for about $1. Thanks, guys.